everyone, John here, and I am back with another Fuuto PI episode review. So, this was supposed to come out right after the third one, but what happened was, when I recorded, there was no audio, so I had to re-record it. So that's what I'm doing today. So, let's just get right into the episode 4 review. Obviously, since the story of the last case ended at episode 3, we are now at the new case. It's about a video game developer who has been getting death threats over their game called Monster El Dorado, and it's kind of wild how real this is. Like, this happens on Twitter way too often, especially with game developers and studios and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's kind of nuts how this is a real case in Fuuto PI. It definitely makes it more realistic, honestly, and because of that, like, because this is like such a real thing, and because this episode's so cool, like, this is probably my favorite episode so far, I'm not gonna lie. So it turns out that the game developer isn't really the one getting the death threats. It's actually the cosplayer chick, Megu. And also, another reveal is that the game developer is Megu. So she's the one that's getting all the death threats for whatever reason. And this whole time she's wearing a disguise to hide herself, basically in plain sight, so that no one tries to kill her because people are trying to kill her. Shotaro comes back to the agency and he sees Tokime and Philip are in a stare down because they had like a little argument about some stuff. And they can't seem to a little beef, which is kind of funny. Sort of like the B plot of the episode is like their little beef, and you kind of get to see how Philip reacts to a new person in like his environment, and Tokime like reacts like the same way as him, actually. So it's kind of funny that their issues with each other are the exact same. After this, we get to see a cool idol concert from Megu during this episode, and it's kind of crazy that we get what is basically an original song. They release it in some sort of capacity, like on like the soundtrack or a CD or something. I think that'd be dope, because the song's pretty good, actually. I kind of like it, kind of a banger. In the song, Tokime starts to hear a ringing in her ear, which means that there is a dopant nearby, and turns out that is true. There's a dopant that's here at the concert and who is ready to kill Megu, basically. My guess, at least right now, is that MyGP, which is her boss, I think he's gonna be the dopant, because he was the only one that wasn't at the concert, which is kind of suspicious. You'd think that he would be at the concert, but he wasn't, so I don't know what's going on with that. But I think he might be the dopant, and he's trying to get her for whatever reason. It's because she is more popular than him, and maybe he wants that popularity. I'm not really sure, but that's just my guess. Shotaro shows off his memory gadget while he gets pinned to the wall by the dopant, and Tokime inserts a stag memory, so another new, or I guess an old memory, is used, and it goes into the big phone and becomes the stag beetle. These are a thing of the past, basically. I mean, they were common in the early 2010s, but kind of died out by the time Gaim came around, I think. Gaim didn't really have any of these weird, silly little gadgets, because I know Double had them, O's had them, Forze had them, and then Wizard had them, and I think that was it. I think it was just those 4, really. So kind of like a little bit of a trend in the early 2010s era of Kamen Rider. And then once Shotaro breaks free, he turns into Double to fight the new dopant. Philip deduces that the dopant is using the Meganura memory. He then explains that the Meganura is a giant dragonfly from 300 million years ago that could possibly be 70 centimeters long, which is terrifyingly huge. That is a scary sight, honestly. If I saw a giant dragonfly, I probably wouldn't go outside. Like, if I saw giant bugs, like, I would not go outside. And then we get to see the combination of Cyclone Trigger, which gives us a very cool combo. We also get a tease of Fang Joker, as well as the final form, which is, I think is a double extreme. I don't know what it's called, but we get to see that in like this collage of all the form combos and stuff. We get to see the Trigger Maximum Drive being used, which was a giant green tornado and does what a tornado does to the Dopant, basically. And the big bad Dopant guy from the last episode is here, and he's saying that the Dragonfly Dopant doesn't seem like a normal Dopant, and he might be what is called a high dope kind of Dopant. So probably like if the regular Dopants, high dope is probably in the middle, and then this big bad guy is probably like a tier above a high dope. So we'll probably see or hear more about that. At least I assume so. We also get to see the combination of Cyclone Metal, which is cool, and he needs metal during this fight because Shitaro needs a weapon to block against sword attacks. And then during the fight, Tokime hears another ringing sound and is being drawn toward it, and this is bad because she's trying to protect Megu, but she gets drawn towards the sound and she kind of loses like all her will and is basically like getting dragged toward this sound. To see the Metal Maximum Drive being used, comboed with the Stag Memory to make a giant like beetle pincer thing that messes up the Dopant pretty bad, but unfortunately he gets away. So obviously he gets away. We got 2 more episodes of this, so you know how it is. And then lastly, at the end of the episode, Shitaro is talking to Tokime and kind of scolding her a little bit about leaving Megu behind and telling her that a good detective, always protects his clients. And then he falls onto her. Kind of a surprise moment here. And then she's holding him and touches his back and realizes that he is bleeding. And it pans out and we get to see this pretty big X-shaped wound on his back. And the episode ends. So obviously Shitaro isn't dying, but he is going to be pretty injured. So I'm guessing if Shitaro is injured, Philip's okay, but they still can't transform. So I'm guessing this is where Excel's gonna come in, finally. So probably episode 5, Excel will come in and he will probably finish the case or be there for like an episode or something. I don't know, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next episode review, episode 5, and then we should be on a regular pace again. So I'll see you guys in the next video.